on. Now let's move on to the second section of our strategy or of our discussion, and that is revision strategy. How should we revise? The 50 days is what I'm considering to the prelims, which is on October 4th. Now, this revision, first and foremost thing is, if at all you did not study anything, now is not the time to study. Like say, suppose I generally think that majority of the students focus a lot on this polity, history, then you're having geography and economics. These four, like everyone studies well. Generally, some people neglect the science and technology, ecology, culture, and current affairs. These are some weak areas for majority of the people. So they think that we will do these four things just before the examination. If that is your attitude, I'm sorry, this particular strategy is not for you. This strategy which I'm going to discuss is for those students, aspirants who have done their syllabus neatly. Done the syllabus means they have read the UPSC notification which describes the UPSC prelim syllabus. Second thing is they have done the basic textbooks that have been prescribed in the class, like the NCERTs, the Spectrum book, or the Nitin Singhania's, or the Institute Science and Technology material. All that has been already done, and they have underlined it or made their own notes. That is the assumption here. And the 50 days that those people should do is never read new things. Read newspaper, that's it, but never read any standard book. Like say, suppose you, all of a sudden, some toppers, now that the ranks are out, they will all come and give a lot of interviews, and they might say that read Plassey to Partition. That's a book in history, which is a very good book. But if at all they are saying so, and you are completely chucking your plan and start reading that new book, you are bound to fail. So please remember, don't read new stuff at this point of time. The second thing is for the general studies. How do we revise the general studies? The first thing is what I'm going to say is have a timetable for the whole 50 days. For me, what I generally do for the 50 days is do minimum of 4 revisions. 4 revisions are must in the last 50 days. So that revision happens in cycles. That is, first revision will take 20 days, second revision will take 15 days, third revision will take 10 days, and the final revision will take 5 days. 20, 15, 10, and 5. So those who are trying to make a note out of this, so 20, 15, 10, and 5. So why the declining order is that, now whenever I say that you are doing the revision, I assume that you have already have certain books, either you have underlined them or made a separate notes out of it. It's up to you. Now if anything, the revision is all reading the same source multiple times. This is going to be very crucial for the prelims, because it will create a kind of a photographic memory. As soon as any question, like say suppose in geography a question is coming on El Nino or La Nino or the types of winds, so that page in the NCERT must strike your head. So and so page number, so and so diagram has been there, and that will help you. So during the revision, read one book only multiple times, and that is 4 times in the 50 days. So what happens is the first revision is the one which is going to take the longest amount of time, because it takes time to get into that cycle, and slowly you need to reduce the amount of time you're spending for revision. So the first is 20-day revision, next is 15-day revision, 10-day revision, and the final revision 5 days is must. And if it's possible, it was possible for me, I could revise the whole syllabus for the prelims in 1 day also, just before the examination. And that is your 5th revision as well. If you can do it, it's an excellent way to end up your preparation. So that is the 20, 15, 10, 15 cycle which I'm going to tell you. So the second thing is, within this revision, multiple revisions, what to study, sources. People have been asking me a lot about the sources. No, I'm not going to discuss about the sources here, because now is not the time to start from the scratch. And second thing is, people have been asking me the timetable, how to manage time per day. Now, every day you need to divide into 3 different slots. The first is your morning session, the second is your evening session, and the last is the night session. Now, one of these three slots has to be dedicated to the test series, any one test you have to write. The other two slots you have to dedicate for preparation, or that I mean revision. So what I generally did is I used to write tests in the morning session, because the original examination is also in the morning session. The GS paper is in the morning. So you need to keep your brains active during the morning itself. So in the morning, whether you're starting your studies at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock is up to you. It now is the winter time. Maybe you can start off by 7 o'clock and go on till 12, 12:30 or 1 o'clock. That is like 5 hours of stretch. That is a good amount of, like, have a break for a breakfast or something. After the lunch session, if in case you are sitting down, you can have a test in the evening session, and in the night session have some other subject. So every day you are going to study two different subjects and do one particular test. So this is how you are going to do, divide the whole day into three sessions: morning, evening, night. And in any one of these session, according to your comfort, mine is the morning session. In the morning session, if at all I do any test, then the other two sessions are going to be my revision. Two different subjects, maybe history with geography, or ecology with some economy, such kind of things. So daily, two different subjects and one particular test I'm going to do every day for the coming 50 days. 50 days, 50 tests is minimum. I'll talk about the tests later on. So that is the about the GS revision strategy and how you have to do. As I've said, the whole idea of revision is to have that photographic memory. On the last day, what happens, like when I prepare for the prelims, what happens is, when I'm scrolling through the pages, I need not read what is being written in that book, because I already know. I have revised it for multiple times. So as soon as I stare at that particular page, I know exactly at what line what is being written. So that is the level of revision that you have to do, and that is going to be helpful in the long run as well, for the mains also, for the interview also. So that is your target of revision. Secondly, current affairs. A lot of you people have been asking about current affairs. Like, please, like, I'll just read out these things. Yeah, some, like, many of us are confused about the current affairs. This is Phoenix, Manne Rupa, who have been asking, like, till what month we should study. Now, I do not have any insider information from the UPSC, so I am claiming it plain and simple here. So we do not know at which point the question papers have been prepared. Even if they are prepared, we do not know if they have been printed. So let's be on the safer side. Generally, for every prelims, it is like last prelims to this prelims, how much ever the syllabus has happened, whatever the current affairs are, those are the ones which need to be prepared. So last year it was May 31st that the prelims has happened. So right from the month of the June till the October, you need to be ready for. Maybe you can skip the month of September, but till August it's a must. So I know it's a little bit of more current affairs, but if you think of it, majority of the media has been focusing on the COVID. So that doesn't mean ki you expect some 20-30 questions from COVID on the prelims. It will never happen. If at all they ask maximum one question of COVID in science and technology, like how the diagnosis happens, the RT-PCR technology that's being used. So such kind of technical questions you can expect, or the mode of transmission of COVID, such questions you can expect. But in the recent times, the media has been largely biased towards these things rather than the real news which has been happening. So in that sense, we can say that the syllabus is relatively lesser. Like, current affairs are not there, like everything is locked down. Economy is one thing which is making a lot of news, so grab them. So to say more precisely, from June to September, you have to read all of them. Now, some people are asking whether PT 365 is enough. No, I would say nothing is enough for UPSC. There will always be some questions which will be asked which you might not know the answer for. So, and you should not expect yourself to know every question that is being asked in the UPSC as well. So my suggestion is that PT 365s are good, but in case you have a notes for yourself made all through the years, like you might be reading newspapers and making notes out of it, or you might have read monthly booklets, and of any institute is fine. Like you're having Delhi institutes, Hyderabad institutes, City Institute, any monthly booklet is good, but I generally prefer Vision. It's up to you which one you prefer. But if there is any monthly booklet which I've already covered and you're having the 10, 12 months monthly booklets, then I suggest read them again and again and again. 4 times you have to read. Don't suddenly switch to PT 365. No. If I were in your place, I'm going to read this things again and again from the monthly booklets itself, because that is going to be very helpful in the mains as well. So if you're doing your prelims really well, then 50% of your mains is covered. You will get a lot of time for your optional preparation. So that's the reason I say that the amount of efforts that you put in prelims is not just going to help you in cracking the prelims, but also is going to help you in the mains as well. It will create time for optional, which you might have lost touch with, because I don't think you will be studying any optional in this coming 50 days. So you require more time after the prelims. So make sure you are reading the current affairs from a single source, a monthly booklets, or the notes that you have prepared. That only read it again and again from the June of last year to the September of 2020. So that is current affairs related thing. So I think I have covered all the questions. Yeah. So that is the revision strategy.
థ్యాంక్స్ ఫర్ వాచింగ్. ఈ వీడియో మీకు నచ్చినట్లయితే ప్లీజ్ లైక్, షేర్ అండ్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్. Don't forget to press the bell icon for future updates.